Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your buddy Adrian here today with Frag Hits, and today I'm going to be talking about another quick video for you on Salvatore Feragamo Signature fragrance. Not to be confused with the regular Signature, or not to be confused with Salvatore Uomo, because there's two different versions. So this is a little bit different. This is the dark bottle, and then you got the normal Salvatore Ferragamo, which is over here. It's a different bottle, different composition, slightly different notes. This is a little bit darker, a little bit more rich, a little bit more spicy. It comes across with some completely different nuance. Now, before we go ahead and do all that, let's hit that intro roll. So why don't you go ahead and put on that juice that makes you feel looser, you can smell like Zeus, and let's get into it. Welcome back. It's your buddy Adrian. Today here in the Frag Hit Army, I'm going to be hitting on the things that you want to know if you're considering to buy this fragrance. I want to make sure that I'm giving it to you straight. I'm not pulling any punches, and I just want to give you my honest opinion on this thing so you can make a better judgment call on what you want to do with that money, that hard-earned cash. So I'm going to talk about, number one, I'm going to talk about its longevity. How long does it stay and spray on your skin and cascade out? Then I'm going to talk about its projection. How far is it pushing from your body out to the people around you? I feel like I'm signaling the airplane right here, like, come on, bring it in, beep. So the projection. And then I'm going to give you the notes, the full note breakdown, what it is, and everything like that, all the compositions. Then, most importantly, you can't smell anything through a camera. Unless you got some new crazy iPhone 27 with like 19 cameras on the front and like this little sensor that just puffs it out to you. It's like, chemical composition.
Now plug me, Dan.
Okay.
Unplug me. Plug. Unplug. Plug. Look right at my camera hole. Oh my fucking god.
Smell this. Nah, they ain't got that shit out yet. So I'm gonna have to give you a visual representation so you can kind of think, hey, this isn't in any of the stores around me. What does it smell like? What do I visualize when I smell this? So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to show you a quick unboxing video for all of you unboxing fans with all those little kinks or whatever. I'm going to throw in a little tiny bit of that ASMR too, because I know I see you out there. I see you listening and paying attention. I see you. I see you, that little crumples. I got you.
Okay, we got Salvatore Ferragamo Signature. It's the packaging. Nothing really on the top. We got the signature. And bottom. Completely sealed. This is only 1 fluid ounce. Cover your mouth. Close it up. Finish up. There's the bottle. Got the edging on here. This is Ferragamo. It's a matte black. All the information you need online. Not good. This one, because it's a smaller one, actually has the atomizer right here. Actually, the atomizer's on the bottom. Oh. This is your pouch over there.
All right, so we got the Salvatore Ferragamo right here in this little box. So I picked this up in a mail call the other day, this with a bunch of other fragrances, and I decided that I wasn't gonna buy a sample of this because I've been curious to try this one out, and I found this one for a very, very good deal. And yes, this is not a full-size bottle. No, I do not have gargantuan Godzilla type claw hands or anything like that. I'm a big dude, but like, for real? Like, come on, bro. Like, that's a tiny one. No, this is a 1 ounce. And the difference between the 1 ounce and the other ones, as you can see on here, my cap comes off. On the other ones, the spray, the atomizer, is right there in the front. So this is slightly different. So this is not a perfect 1-to-1 representation. It does stay on there. It clicks down, so it's pretty good. Now, what you care to know, what is its longevity like? So what you want to know is you want to know, hey, if I buy this, is it going to be a wimp? Is it gonna be a stud, or is it gonna be a beast, or is it in that other level, that stalker mode mentality? And I'm gonna tell you right now, it is not a stalker. It is not really a beast, but it is a stud. This is a stud fragrance because on my skin, this tends to last right around right about 7 hours. It projects off your skin for probably about 2.5 hours, maybe borderline under 3, but after about 3, it starts pushing back closer to your skin. Now, projection and distance wise, this one for me, again, very spicy, very warm. The notes that in it, it is not a very invasive fragrance. This tends to stick fairly close to your skin. I would say, realistically, this is about a 5, bordering on 5.5 foot bubble radius. And I wore this the other day so that way I could get a real raw expectation on this. And again, on my skin, it did last that time. On my projection wise, I sprayed it and then asked people, like, you know, legitimately what I do is I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to give you false information. I want to tell it to you straight. So I'll put it on in a completely another room. Ask somebody, hey, can you smell me from here? Can you smell me from here? Can you smell me from here? And I get closer and closer until they can actually smell me. And then I know, realistically, actual distance. I'm not just making some bullshit up. I'm literally testing it out. And again, I'm not trying to give you false hope, false expectations. I'm not trying to sell this. I don't care. I already own it, whatever. Cool, if you want to go out and buy it because of my recommendation, awesome. I appreciate you considering my acknowledgement and my interpretation on this. And I hope you really enjoy it. But I'm actually measuring it out. I want to know realistic real world impressions, how far it actually goes. So I really do this. So as you see in some of my videos, I will legitimately walk around and see with my own nose how long it takes. And I started realizing, I got other people around me. Let me just ask them. That's what I've been doing. That's how I get real. Now getting back to the fragrance itself. All right, so the notes on this on the top, meaning the first things you're probably gonna smell as it's coming out of the atomizer, and I'm gonna do a spray just so you actually know and what the distribution is like. Ooh, look at that. That's one spray. Look at that drip. That's a good atomizer. I didn't even realize that the other day when I put it on. I don't think I need to put it on. You know what? Boom. 2. You can see. That's just covered. So like the atomizer is doing a real good job on this one. So I'm gonna put the bottle down, waft it in the air as I always do, because again, this is how most people are gonna smell you. They're not gonna come up and
cocaine ruin your brain! Hey, please don't do cocaine! Hey, cocaine ruin your brain! What? Please don't do cocaine! Hey,
bump off your elbow. No, let me smell it in the air. So I do this. It smells very inviting. The notes that you're gonna get on this, and the top notes, the things that are immediately gonna make the impression is it's coming out of the bottle and fresh and clean. It's gonna give you pink pepper, mandarin orange, and grapefruit. When it settles a tiny bit, you're gonna get the mid notes. You're gonna get that cinnamon. It's gonna come through. You're gonna get that cardamom, that very inviting fragrance. And then you're gonna get some cypress. You're gonna get a little bit of green nuances, like a little tree florals and stuff like that. When it settles even more, it changes in its complexity and it goes to a tonka bean, and then it goes to leather, and then roasted coffee in the base notes, and then patchouli. At first, I do not get the coffee. It's not a very coffee forward fragrance. Again, at first, I do not get a lot of leather. There's a hint of leather. There's a very small hint of coffee, but it changes throughout the day. What I do get is the tonka. What I do get is the cardamom. And I do get the citrus accords on the top. The pink pepper, sometimes when you put pink pepper in a lot of these, it comes off very spicy and it goes into your nose and it makes like a little tingling sensation in your nose. This is not overly pepperly. This is very smooth. Now, that are the notes. What does it smell like to me. What is it going to give you that visual representation so that way you can see in your mind what it's actually like. I'm going to smell this. I'm going to look at it and really think about it. I want to give you a good visual. This thing doesn't actually remind me of anything. It's really weird. It doesn't actually trigger anything. It just, I'm not getting a clear visualization of what this is. If I had to convey it in a visual aspect, it's very clean, very smooth, very luxurious smelling. So maybe like, I don't know. I really don't know. It smells damn good. It smells damn good. Like, not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna say, oh, it smells amazing. It smells like caca. It don't. It smells really, really good. It's not triggering any emotions. It's not triggering any memories. In the woods, a little bit, like a breeze that's coming through. Perfect example. You're hanging out at your friend's house, out by their pool. You're having a beverage. A breeze that comes through, a nice cooling breeze, and you're drinking a mixed cocktail, like with like almost like a coconut vibe mixed with like a tiny bit of coffee in the middle of it with a little bit of a citrus accord. There's no accurate representation of this, but on a scale of 1 to 10, what I would say for this fragrance is this is hitting for me a solid 8. This is a solid 8 fragrance. It might even border around like an 8.25, right in that ballpark. This is gonna put you in a category above, not crazy expensive. I picked this up for super, super cheap, under 30 bucks. And that 1 ounce bottle is probably gonna get me a good amount. I've done a break, I'm gonna do a video. You're good. With this one, you're very, very good. I wanna wrap this video up. It's getting a little bit long. I feel like I'm rambling sometimes at some of these things because I'm trying to give you so much information and I gotta kind of bite-size this shit down some. So I appreciate you guys tuning in for this video. If you like the content, please do me a solid, click that subscribe button. More seriously though, if you want me to review something or if there's a frag that's out there that you're curious about, like, hey, I can't find this thing anywhere. Can you cop a bottle, cop a sample, something like that, get it, try it out, let me know what your honest opinion is. Boom, let me know. I'll pick it up. And eventually when my channel starts getting bigger and stuff like that, I'm actually going to start giving away some samples to some people who are early subscribers, because realistically, I want you to enjoy the experience with me. And I have so many bottles right now, I'm not gonna be able to use all of them. I might as well share them with you for you just joining in with this experience. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. This is Adrian. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Deuces.